Interesting. So, how would you describe what speech therapy is for someone who has no idea? Like, what's your elevator pitch?
So, elevator pitch would mean that it needs to be short and succinct. However, as a speech pathologist and having worked in that capacity for a while, I know that it has layers. It certainly has different folds that it'll fall into. But to keep it short and brief, I will say, let's see, um, it's beyond speaking. It's more about creating social skill opportunities. And the bigger picture is helping establish communication because some people may have communicative disorders and things that allow them to not communicate in a level in which we are accustomed to. So that's what I would say. I hope that makes a little sense, but
Yeah.
as we kind of continue our conversation, I'm sure a lot of it will be making more sense.
Yeah. Because communication is so important in
Mhm.
life. In my experience working with kids with autism, not being able to communicate your needs, what you want, what you don't want, can be so frustrating. And it's really important to give people the tools so that they can express themselves.
Yeah. I think that when people think of speech therapy, they often think of the literal act of speaking. And, that's important, but it also includes language disorders. And for those with autism, it encompasses social skills.
Yeah, exactly. We are social creatures as humans.
I read a quote the other day. I think it was Mariana Wolf, and she explained how reading was not something that was instinctive. That was created by humans a few thousand years ago. Like we were always meant to communicate through speech, but communicating through reading was something that we developed. And I thought that was so profound. I was like, wow.
Yeah, right. And then even thinking about communication, there's so much more than just verbal communication, right? There's gestures and facial expressions.
And in certain civilizations and societies, I think about that those nonverbal cues like eye contact and things that we take for granted, maybe here in the U.S. or maybe in another country. You don't really realize how important it is, um, as it is in some developing or some established countries.
Yep, exactly. So, what types of people can benefit from speech therapy?
Great question. You are on to something today. So, speech therapists, also speech pathologists, can work across a person's lifespan. We work with individuals with swallowing, with feeding, people who have had strokes and they need their equilibrium balance so that they can be able to communicate even further or to be able to uh, express ideas. So it is across the lifespan. I also think about stuttering. Those who are disfluent in their communication or their speaking can benefit from seeing a speech therapist. Someone who has issues with their social skills and they're very uh, awkward in situations with other people, they can benefit from seeing a speech therapist. People who are actors or actresses and they're looking to create a very distinct sound for themselves as they are either speaking or learning a different language or a different dialect, they can benefit from a speech therapist as well.
That's so interesting. I wouldn't have thought about that.
Yeah, diction and voice, so many different things. And I think that it's a really interesting field for those who are maybe possibly thinking about working as a speech pathologist or a speech therapist because it's something you really can't get bored doing because you can work as with someone that is a BCBA. You can work in a home health clinic or center. You can work in a hospital. You can work in a school. You can work. There's so many spectrums in which you can work across. So you can keep yourself busy.
You've been watching Autism Knows No Borders. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, we'd love to hear from you, so let us know what you think in the comments section. Click here to watch this interview in its entirety. You can also find us on your favorite podcast app. Tune in each week for engaging conversations of how people across the globe are inspiring change and building community. Thanks for watching. Take care.